Hello, you beautiful people. Hi, how are you? I'm incredibly bored still. um, so today I thought I'd do another story time since the last one got so many likes and one dislike. Today is about my first, worst date I've ever had in my entire life. Still is my worst date. Nothing compares to this date. This story is starts off with Tinder, the best dating site. I met this guy off Tinder. I really liked him. He was an EMT. He had nice arms. He has like that jawline, the one. And I was like, ooh, okay, daddy. We met up at an Olive Garden and I drove myself because I'm not having a guy pick me up, especially because I lived maybe 30 minutes away from this Olive Garden and it was out of his way. So I was like, okay, I'm not gonna have you pick me up. So I drove to the Olive Garden and I met up with him, and I texted him. I was like, hey, I'm here. I'm out front. Let me know when you get here. We can meet up. He's like, yeah, sure. I just got here. I'm walking up now. So we walked up to the front, and I saw him, and I was like, hey, how are you? Now, I'm a tall bitch. I'm super tall. I'm 6'2", so I was born from very tall genetics. My dad is 6'9". My mom was 6'1". My sister's 5'11". My brother is 11 and he's already at 5'8". So we have some tall genes in our family. So I got stuck with 6'2". Now, when I talked to this guy, I was like, hey, I'm 6'2". Do you mind that I'm maybe taller than you? And he's like, no, no worries. You won't be taller than me. I'm 6'5". And I was like, oh shit. All right, let's do it. Guys, if you're not 6'5" and you're talking to someone who's really tall, don't lie about your height. I can call you out on that shit. It's not gonna work. So, meet up with him. He's 6'1". He's shorter than me, which I don't mind. Again, not a height person, but if you go and you tell me you're a certain height and then you're shorter than me, it doesn't really work out that way. And we walked up. I went in for a hug, and right off the bat, he made out with me. And I was like, whoa, okay. Wasn't expecting that. Chill. So went in, and I was waiting for him to talk because I'm a shy person, and tell the person that we were waiting we needed a table for two. And it was a Friday night, so it was kind of busy. He was not talking. And so I looked at the lady and I'm like, a table for two? And she was like, well, what's the reservation name? And I was like, Anna. Because this guy was not talking to this lady. I was like, holy shit. All right, making decisions over here. So she was like, yeah, it's going to be a 20-minute wait. So we got the little buzzer thing and we handed outside. And we sat out on this little bench outside. And in Arizona in the fall time, it was pretty chilly. So it was nice. It was a cute little cuddle type of thing. Except he put his arm around me. So he's like that. And he pushes my face. So this is his arm. This is so awkward. Pushed my face like this. So I would be facing him so he can make out with me some more. I was like, dude, we haven't even talked. I can't get a word out of you and you're trying to make out with me again? What? So I'm sitting there and I'm making out with this dude and I'm not feeling it at this point. At that point, I was like, all right, well, I haven't had a conversation with this guy. I don't know him. I'm making out with a random stranger, and I'm not into that. I thought this was a date, and it was not. And so he's making out with me, and I went and I was just sitting there letting him tongue my throat with my eyes wide open, mind you. So I'm sitting there looking around, basically, with this guy tonguing my throat, and this old couple walks by, and this lady gives me this dirty look. She turns to me and she goes, and walks inside. And the old man behind her goes, what? Dude, don't you see I'm struggling here? Help a sister out. So I went in and the buzzer finally buzzed and I was like, oh, we have to go inside so I could get out of that situation. And so we went inside, got our table, waitress sits us down, asks us what we would like to drink. And I sit there and I'm like, yeah, I'll have a Coke, and he's like, orders whatever. And so I'm sitting there and I'm on this date, and he takes my hands. He has both my hands and he's holding it. And so it was like this, and he's rubbing it like that. His fingers were so callous that afterwards, which he didn't stop rubbing my hands, by the way. After, he just like left marks on my arms. Like, it was rough. It was like sandpaper to my skin. It was the most uncomfortable thing ever felt in my life. And all this time, this guy has not said more than a sentence to me. So I'm sitting there. I'm actively trying to make conversation. I'm asking him about pets. I'm asking him about family. I'm asking him about work. He is not talking. I'm starting to talk because I'm nervous and I don't know what else to do. And this guy's just sitting there. He's just not giving a shit. He's just like, I'm like, dude. I asked him like if he had any pets, and he goes, yeah. And I sit there like, well, what type of pet do you have? He goes, a dog. And I'm like, dude, what do you mean? Like, elaborate, please. Give me something to work on so I can talk about something, because I'm so uncomfortable right now. And so this dude is going and giving me all this freaking information about nothing, basically. He gives me one-word answers. And I ended up pulling out my phone, looking, like, tearing my hand away, first of all, looking through my phone and Googling first date topics. Literally. I had to Google first date topics because I wasn't getting any answers. And so I went and I Googled it, and I'm like, so what do you do on the weekends? Stuff. I was like, bro, why aren't you, like, trying? I'm so uncomfortable right now. And so I went, and he's just like not answering anything. And the lady comes by to get our orders. She looks at me and she goes, like, I just like assaulted, or I like flashed her my boobs or something, because apparently my face was so concerned at that point that this lady really thought I was like in an active kidnapping situation. And so I'm sitting there and I'm trying my best to figure out what the hell is going on. And so I order and I go, and I'm like, I'm just gonna go to the bathroom real quick. This was like key, because I went to the bathroom and I called my friend and I go, I don't know how the hell I'm gonna make it through this date. And she was like, well, what do you mean? And I told her the information, and she's like, whoa, that's like super bad, bro. Where's the exit? And I was like, well, I don't want to leave. Like, that's rude. And she goes, I don't know. I would leave if I was you. And so I was sitting there, and the bathroom is right near the exit. Like, in every Olive Garden, it's like right there. So I'm sitting there and I'm thinking, I have all of my stuff. I have literally everything. I could ditch right now. And so I called my grandma, because of course I'm going to call my grandma. And I told her what was going on. And she goes, well, just leave. You have your car. It's not like he drove you. And I was like, it's true. Thank you, Grandma. Thank you for the confirmation. So, on Grandma's advice and my best friend, I walked out with my stuff and left. I think it started 20 minutes after, not even. This guy texted me, and he kept texting me every minute. And I felt so bad because I left, and I was having really bad guilt issues because I don't like leaving people like that. I've never done it since this point. And I've never done it after or before. So this is the first time I've ever done this. And this guy is going, he texted me a total of 57 times, called me 13 times, and left me 13 voicemails. Like, yeah, this guy. And they were all in the span of like an hour and a half. So I felt awful. And I told him, hey, after like a while, I was like, hey, I left. I'm sorry. I didn't feel comfortable. I was not into you, and I'm sorry for leaving you with a check of $20 because I only ordered soup and salad. But anyway, so that was my story. I think I was about maybe 18, 19 at the time. I currently have a boyfriend, again, Dean, my beautiful Dean. But this guy, I saw him, and every time I see him, I kind of just cringe because I just remember it instantly. And I feel so bad. And if you're watching this, I'm so sorry. I honestly wish things would have been different, but dude, I just got so uncomfortable. We weren't meant for each other, and I'm so sorry. But yeah, so that was the worst date I've ever been on. It was something. I don't think I could ever replay that date over again. It's my number one date, still the worst thing that's happened, and I hope for the life of me that guy finds someone who can handle talking all the time and not getting any response. Anyway, that was my story time of the worst first date I've ever had. And I hope you guys enjoyed it. Like and subscribe down below, and I will see you next time. Bye-bye.